My dear friends, now today we learn the simple pendulum, definition of simple pendulum, motion of simple pendulum and period of that simple pendulum. So first we see the definition of a simple pendulum. So simple pendulum an ideal simple pendulum is a heavy particle suspended by massless, inextensible string, inextensible flexible string from a rigid support is called as a simple pendulum. And in practical pendulum, it is used in a practical purpose. So in a practical pendulum is heavy sphere suspended by light inextensible string from rigid support. That is the definition of a simple pendulum and practical pendulum. So सिंपल पेंडुलम आयडियल सिंपल पेंडुलममध्ये काय असतं, हेवी पार्टिकल सस्पेंड केला जातो एका स्ट्रिंगच्या सहाय्याने आणि ती स्ट्रिंग कशी असते, मासलेस, इनएक्सटेन्सिबल अँड फ्लेक्झिबल असते. प्रॅक्टिकल पेंडुलममध्ये मात्र हेवी पार्टिकल जो आहे तो स्पिअर कन्सिडर केला असतो, सस्पेंड केलेला असतो विथ अँड लाईट एक्सटेन्सिबल स्ट्रिंगच्या सहाय्याने विथ अँड रिजिड सपोर्ट. त्याला प्रॅक्टिकल पेंडुलम असं आपण म्हणतो. So let us learn motion of a simple pendulum and then period of a simple pendulum. First we see motion of a simple pendulum. So consider a string, one end of a string attached to a rigid support. We know that in simple pendulum it is a twistless, massless and inextensible string. One end attached to a rigid support and another end attach a simple pendulum which have mass small m, and at the center of that pendulum up to the point of suspension is called as the length of that pendulum. If this simple pendulum displaces from mean or equilibrium positions, then what happens? With an angle small theta, then this pendulum oscillates to and fro about its mean position, means it performs oscillatory motion and it shows the simple harmonic motion. So that is the extreme point of that pendulum, and bob will be oscillates along a straight path about its mean position. So displacement of that simple pendulum is at x. We know that it is extreme position, it is mean position, and this is also extreme positions. And due to the restoring force, the bob or simple pendulum regains its original or equilibrium position or mean positions, means restoring force and displacement acting in oppositely directed. At extreme position, the weight of the bob acting in a downward direction. So weight, we know that weight is equal to mg. that mg at extreme condition, not at any force acting on at that point, at extreme point, so that mg resolve in a two mutually component vector. One is vertical component vector and another is a horizontal component vector. So that vertical component vector is called as mg cos theta and horizontal component vector is called as mg sin theta. Mg sin theta. So these are the divided into two mutually component vector as like this. So at extreme position, the tension in the string acting toward the point of suspension, toward the point of suspension, and vertical component of mg is mg cos theta acting along the string or along the string, but it is opposite in tension. So that's why that tension of the string is balanced by the vertical component mg cos theta. Again, mg sin theta is a horizontal component acting toward the mean position. Means we say that is a restoring force is equal to minus mg sin theta. So that horizontal component is in a form of a restoring force. So F it is equal to minus mg sin theta. So we know that theta is a very small. Theta is very small. So that's why the oscillation of a simple pendulum take in a single vertical plane. So theta is very small. So that's why sin theta is nearly equal to theta. Theta is a very small, means it is less than 10 degree. Less than 10 degree. So by putting the values of sin theta is equal to theta in that equation, we get F it is equal to minus mg, and instead of sin theta we take theta. So F it is equal to minus mg theta. But at that point we have find the angular displacement, or it is said to be theta is said to be angular displacement or angular amplitude. Angular displacement, in another words it is said to be the angular amplitude. So theta means angular displacement is the arc of the circle divided by radius. Theta is a arc upon radius. So you know that arc is a x and radius is a L. So arc is a x and radius is a L. So by putting the values of a theta is equal to x upon L in that equation, we get force is equal to minus mg x upon L. So you know that the force is equal to mass into acceleration. That is the Newton's second law of motion. That is a basic fundamental law of motion. Lot of information, dynamical information related we knowing about that this law. So F it is equal to ma. So by putting the values of F is equal to ma is equal to minus mg x upon L. So same on both sides get cancelled. So we get the acceleration A is equal to minus g upon L into x, where acceleration due to gravity g and length of a simple pendulum is a constant. So that's a whole term is a constant. G and L are constant, where G and L are constant. So by this we get acceleration is directly proportional to minus x, and we know that is the equation of a that is the condition of a simple harmonic motion. Acceleration and displacement are directly proportional and oppositely directed. means another way we say that oscillating pendulum performs simple harmonic motions. By that conditions we prove that. Now we find the period of simple pendulum. So we know that the acceleration by this equation A is equal to minus g upon L into x, and we know that the equation of general equation of acceleration whenever particle performing simple harmonic motion, A is equal to, or that is the equation of simple harmonic motion in terms of x, A is equal to minus omega square x. By comparing these two equations, we get the values of omega square is equal to g upon L. So omega square is equal to g upon L, and omega is equal to under root of g upon L. So we know that omega is equal to 2 pi n. N means it is a reciprocal of a time, means it is a periodic time, means it is equal to 1 upon t. So omega is equal to 2 pi divided by t is equal to under root of g divided by L. By taking reciprocal, we get t divided by 2 pi is equal to under root of L divided by g. Therefore, t is equal to 2 pi on right side, that is 2 pi into L upon g. That is the period of a simple pendulum when it performing simple harmonic motion. By this equation we find the frequency. So frequency n, it is equal to reciprocal of a periodic time 1 upon t. So that's why by taking the reciprocal of this 1 upon 2 pi into under root of g upon L is called as a frequency of that simple pendulum whenever it will be in a simple harmonic motions. Of simple pendulum, t is equal to 2 pi under root of L upon g. By finding period of simple pendulum, we take three assumptions. So first assumption is that theta is taken is a very small, means it is a less than 10 degree. Second, length of simple pendulum means that L is large. So that's why oscillation of that simple pendulum is taken in a single vertical plane, in a single vertical plane, in a single vertical plane. So that are the assumption made when find out the periodic time. By this equation, t is directly proportional to under root of L, where g is a constant, means periodic time is directly proportional to square root of a length of a simple pendulum, where acceleration due to gravity is constant. That is called as a law of length. Again, t is inversely proportional to under root of g, means where L is a constant, means periodic time is inversely proportional to under root of acceleration due to gravity, where length of the simple pendulum is a constant. That is said to be a law of acceleration due to gravity. So in that whole term, mass is not mentioned. So that's why we say that t does not depends upon, means periodic time does not depends upon mass of a particle, mass of Bob. or simple pendulum or system of that. So T does not depends upon mass. That is said to be a law of mass. That is said to be a law of mass. And third, so this periodic time again does not depends upon amplitude. So amplitude we should taken very small. So that is law of amplitude. Or we see a second pendulum. Second pendulum means the pendulum, simple pendulum, which period is equal to 2 seconds. 2 seconds, that pendulum is called as a second pendulum. So you know that the equation of periodic time T of simple pendulum, T is equal to 2 pi under root of L upon G. And period of a second pendulum is a 2 seconds. So that 2 is equal to 2 pi under root of L upon G. So 2 pi on left side, that is divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 pi is equal to under root of L upon G. So 2 get cancelled. That is 1 upon pi is equal to under root of L upon G. By squaring on both sides, that is 1 upon pi square is equal to L upon G. So by this we find the length of a simple pendulum, length of a second pendulum. L it is equal to G upon pi square. By this equation, L it is equal to G upon pi square. By putting the values of G is equal to 9.8 and pi is equal to 3.142 square, that L nearly equal to 1 meter, means length of a second pendulum should be 1 meter.